Hello, everybody. Hope you can hear me. Just checking the lighting here. I want to make sure you guys can see the colors. So we're going to get a little messy, but not as messy as boiling eco prints. And it's so satisfying to get instant results. You don't have to wait for days. Hey, Mina, Tori, good to see you. So we're having storms today, so hopefully I don't lose my internet. But if I do, you'll know that's what happened. So I did go out and pick a bunch of flowers, leaves before I came on. And I have my uh, Sizzix, was it Big Shot, Big Kick? I don't know. Let's see. Big Kick here. And we're going to make faux uh, watercolory look, that you get in your eco prints. And we're going to experiment a little. Every time I do this, I always experiment a bit. And I've got a whole slew of inks in front of me. I like using archival ink pads, and you'll see why shortly. And I have a bunch of paper. I have a bunch of just, there's this here, which I tore pieces. This is actually white butcher paper without the wax or coating on it. I really like using these, and it's cheap. And also, just plain copy paper works well. You can also use different types of rice papers. They soak it up really lovely. The only thing with that is you can't put a lot of water on rice papers. Here's one rice paper I did a while back. This is a very light one, but they're nice because both sides are just the same. So it seeps in and you get pretty much the same print on both sides. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to take any of that out or not. I see it on the shelf beside me. So we might. We'll see. And I'm going to just put this over here for now. So this whole process is you can get spray inks out too if you want to, or just a bottle of water, just a spritzer, and leaves and your big kick. So I have the smaller one, not the big Mama Jumba one. So this one only takes, I think it's a 6-inch width. You can get one that's 12 inches, but I just have the small one for now. I can't afford the other ones right now. And what I do is you take the platform and you'll get 2 of these plates plus this platform. And I use all of them. Plus sometimes I actually add newspaper or something a little bit thicker, maybe a couple pieces of paper, depending on the thickness of the leaves that I'm using, that type of thing. So what I like to do is I'll take my paper. So it fits like that. Okay. And then now I haven't tried these at all. These are verbena. And I thought they're kind of a woody consistency. So I thought it might be kind of cool to try this out. I have no idea if this will leave color. A lot of times the stems will leave a green tinge, and uh, I don't have any problem as far as having it fade. Mine are still as bright as the day I did them. So we can just do a test run just on plants, and I'll show you exactly what it does to the plant and what kind of result you'll get with just plants. Now, you got to make sure that you pick flowers or leaves or stems that aren't too juicy. So that's why a lot of times going into the countryside and picking up a bunch of weeds is the best thing, because weeds live in dry conditions, so they usually have kind of a woody stem on them. They're kind of dry, and when they're dry like that, they tend to be a little less juicy and they won't leak all over your papers. So let's just do let's just do this and see what we get. Now this has a center, it's fairly thick, so it's probably gonna be a little bit too thick. You don't want thickness because it just splats into one big glob, and that doesn't look the greatest. I'm just gonna cut out some of the center here to get rid of it. And these are little flower buds yet to bloom. Okay, so there, I just cut out the center. So we'll leave like that. And then I'm not gonna add water to this because I'm not putting any ink on it. I'm just gonna flatten this. So sometimes you need a little bit of extra paper. Let's see what I got here. Usually have all kinds of extras here, but I don't see any. We'll just double this one up. This old piece. Put it over top. Then add your other piece, and we'll see if it goes through the big shot easily or if it's too hard to roll. I'm going to put these over here just so that they're out of the way. I do have a big table, but you know what that's like. How many people are working in a small area, even though they have a table that's 3 foot by 8 feet. Yeah. I'm going to do it this way so I'm right-handed. So we'll see if it's too thick or not. Yeah, it's too easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple more pieces of paper. So I want it fairly thick. I want to have a little bit of resistance, but not so much that you're really struggling. Hey, Brenda, Tori, everybody, Sherry, good to see you. You guys always like watching this mess, but it's fun. So you can already see we've got some purple or bluish purple happening, and it's gone through that. Look at that. It's gone through. It's got a lot of juice. Now, A lot of times you can just either leave it and wait till it's dry and then just brush it off. But if you're like me, I like to try and get as much off as possible right off the bat. I can't wait. That's why boiling doesn't work with me. Yes, I can't wait. I want to see it now. What about you guys? So look at all those little flowers. You could actually just leave those little flowers on. That would be cute. And then just let it dry and then put some matte medium over top. It's like a pressed flower, but you did it the fast way. So I thought I'd show you a few different methods here. So you do get a little bit of mushed up leaves in there, but yeah, see? So you're getting that beautiful purple of the flower, and that'll stay those colors. Especially if you're using them in a book, they should stay that way. And I've had some for years, and they're still just as bright. They haven't browned. They haven't turned other colors or faded. They're still bright as can be. You're very impatient. So it's got a little bit on the back side, but see how there's your uh, seepage of the fluids. And it kind of reminds me of when you do eco prints, you know, how you have a little bit of other colors around it, or a lot of grays or yellows, that type of thing. Oh, thanks, Tori. And then this one, look at this. This is another thing that just amazes me. This is the same flower, but look, two different colors. This is blue and this is purple. This is copy paper and this is butcher paper. So I'm getting two different results. Isn't that interesting? So whatever is in this paper, however they processed it, is affecting the dye, the tannins that are in the flower. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you should be able to see that. So I that just blows me away every time I see that. I think that is so cool. Okay, so that's one way. Now what I really like to do, I think I'll just take a regular piece of copy paper. Now when I'm placing the flowers, I like to kind of put them in a design. Sometimes I'm thinking about where I'm going to use it. So say I want to put it in a junk journal and be able to write, then maybe I want an area that doesn't have anything in there. Well, that's something to remember. Never thought the paper would affect the. Yeah, it just when when it first happened, it was like, oh my goodness, look at that! Another thing you have to look at. I think that's so cool. So what I like to do is take a combination of colors. So let's do butterscotch, slate, and maybe green. Let's see, green, green, green. Black. Here's an olive green. And we'll play with this. So, okay. This here is a geranium. It's a perennial geranium. They grow in long sections. Actually, where is it? That purple flower, this is off of that geranium. And this one's called Roseanne, and it blooms a long, long time. Ooh, is that a spider? No, it's a bee. Oh my God, there's a little bee in there. Aw! So what I like to do is, let's take a little bit of this green. And I'm just going to, there's the back side and the front side of the leaves. So this one doesn't have a whole lot of texture, but on the back it does. So I'm going to take this and just swipe over. And it doesn't have to be a lot either. You don't have to fill the whole thing. And just do some of them, maybe one color, and then get into another color. Just mix it up. This is really fun to do. Okay, and then let's take a little bit of slate. And I'm going to flip it. And I'm just going to pat it here and there. Maybe if you want to do just the edges, you could just do the edges. You can also use any of your inks, really. Just that I like to use the archival ones in case I want to paint over it, and then I don't have to worry about it moving. Yeah, sometimes they do. Oh, still napping. I'll have to put them in the put them outside afterwards. It's funny. Did green. Okay, this is butterscotch. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this color here and there, maybe on the insides of those leaves. Now, if you have the small set of inks, use them and keep them. If you're going to do a lot of this, keep them for just this type of because see, you do contaminate your, but I use them for just this, basically. I don't use my stamps too much for anything else. I do have stamp to use, but yeah, I just don't. Now you can use sprays like Lindy's or any of them really, and you could spray this too with a color. So let's see, let's just give this a little squirt. Now you got to make sure they actually work. This one doesn't, of course. Veining, it just drives me nuts. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one. I'm just going to give a little spray. Oh my God, this is driving me nuts. I have to go and probably redo all my sprayers. There, okay. Now what I'm going to do is just place this in such a way like that maybe. And you can cut them, you can do whatever you want. Did that bother you, Tori? Having all the stuff on there? I know. And then you can just put a little bit of spray on there. Cover it. Gonna have to move it over a little bit. Cover it. Put this on. Put this back over it. And put it through. And you never know what you're going to get. But it's fast, so you don't have to wait. That's what I like. And for this, you don't have to have it too thick. And I usually go a couple times. So I'll just roll it back. Let's see what we get. This wasn't very hard to put through, so it might be a light print. Oh, it's going to be a nice one. Yep. And there's the print. Now, some leaves you can use twice. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So you're still getting a little bit of the leaf fluids as color. So you got to remember that. But like, how can you not like that? Like, I like it because there's more definition of the leaves, but you're still getting a little bit of the seepage too, the splatters. Now you could, if you wanted to, after this dries, you could spray it or put it in coffee solution to make it a little more blotchy looking, like a real eco print. But they're so much fun. So that's a little bit of spray and ink pads. And the ink pads were olive, caramel, and slate gray, and then a little bit of a pink Lindy's flat Fabio. This is one pink ladies pink. Isn't that cool? Hey, Dar. And Darla. Crafty Vistage. So it's endless how you do these. Like, get a bunch of different colors of inks and a bunch of different flowers. I'll show you what happens if I use this again. So I could just spray this instead. Let's spray it with pink again. Okay, and then I'm just going to throw it on there. Let's see what we get. And this is like anything else. You have to try things. See if it works. Yeah, sometimes you can be really surprised in a good way. Let's put a little bit of, let's see what I got here. Okay. I don't know if these are going to work. I just need to borrow your garden. Just go and get, ask somebody to go and pick a bunch of stuff out of the ditch. Don't need flowers per se. You could have weeds. There's a lot of really cool looking weeds out there. Let's put some of this blue, cloudy blue. I'm just going to pat. I don't even know if this is going to come off. Oh, well, it won't if you have the thing on. Okay. Let's see what happens. Might not be that great. Might be. A little bit of water again. That's a very fine mist. Now, because this was squished already, it's probably going to need a little bit more thickness. So I'm going to get another couple papers here. I have some old papers that I'm just going to use. Just to thicken it up a bit. So now I may not get much of a result with this one. We'll see. May as well use up the ink on there. But I love every one I do. They all turn out so different. So you just have to play. So get your inks and whatever else you have. You can spray or I'm going to go back again. It looks like it took. It's lighter, much lighter, but you're still getting a print. So this is probably the last time I can use it. Like I said, you could either wait for these to dry or you can just take your finger and wipe it off. Just don't rub too hard or you'll go through the paper. It's kind of like when you do transfers with matte medium. There we go. It's a heart. Aren't those pretty? So you could go in, take these and put them again like in coffee solution afterwards once they're dry. Let's try one of these. This is the butcher paper I have. And I'm running out of space here. I guess I should have that up here. All right. Okay, here's a weed. There's some bindweed. And this is a grass. So let's cut. Kind of like that grass, so. Okay. So let's see, what can we do here? Let's do it in, let's do some aquamarine. I'm gonna do these pieces of leaf. And maybe part of that stem too, okay? And Let's try saffron. We'll put some saffron on this. Just going to pat it because I don't want to take the seed heads off yet. Okay, see? You gotta have some just dedicated for this. And then let's see. Let's do wild plum for this. Okay. So it's not a whole lot that you're spraying on there. Let's put a little bit of this one, Icy Primrose Gold. Hopefully it'll. So I'm going to open it, start placing it the way I want. So maybe like that. Have these pieces of grass. Maybe I'll put it on this side. No, that's going to be too straight. We'll put it in here. And each side will be different because of the veining on the leaves. So the veins that stick out will show a little bit more than the other side. And overlapping is cool too, because it will show the overlap, which is neat. And then maybe this right there. And we're going to spray it with this, hopefully. And I'm just going to give this a little mist. Okay. Let's close it. Put this on top. Actually, I'm going to put this like that. Like that. Ooh, did that fall out? Need a big table for this. Okay. Let's. I can hear it squishing, crushing. Ooh, yeah, this one's going to be cool. Now you can also use watercolor. Now this one, see, I could tell right now there's a lot of mush. Mush. And the mush is from, craft lunch. The mush is from the what do you call it? Let me just pick up my flowers. Ooh. You know, sprays fell. Don't have enough room. There, put this up here. And this here. So see, this is what you'll get when things are too juicy. So what I can do is just dry it. This is bindweed. Could you do this with fabric instead of paper? Yep. Yep, I've done it with fabric too. Even an artful arrangement of a few blades of grass with a pretty mix and nice. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes just the grasses alone are gorgeous, or fern is pretty. You just have to make sure. Now, see these grasses, they were fine. They didn't smush. It was the bindweed because it was juicy. So you just have to watch, what type of flower you're going to try. And no, don't pick poison ivy, please. Like, know what you're picking. If you're not sure, then leave it alone. If you know things that aren't going to harm you, then that's fine. But I'd hate to see you pick poison ivy and end up with a real problem. Okay, so then this is almost dry, but not completely. But so you can just brush it. It's best if it's dry. Then you can. So a lot of this bindweed didn't really leave color per se. It's more of it's just the material of the leaf. But you can still get some really cool results out of that too. It's kind of like the way eco printing's done. You have mushy stuff. You have to clean off your papers. But it's not the prettiest, but it happens. You have to play until you learn, right? So you know that plant's a no-no. So I'm going to put that one over here. Okay. Let's get another paper. And it's really nice doing fall leaves this way too. But you don't have to wait till fall. You can use the leaves right now if you're going to add the ink to them. All right, this one here, this is a burning bush, or not a burning bush, a smoke bush. It's one of the smaller types, but they have almost a black top leaf and then the green on the back. Now, these ones can be kind of fun to do because you'll get a little bit of that dark color coming through. So let's do this plum color. And what I'm going to do, let's put this over here. I'm just going to run it over. Okay. So as you can see, it's got some areas that have, but not all. Then I'm going to take my saffron. This is why I say pick some that you're not worried about contaminating. So I do this a lot and I just like the results. And you'll see how this is a fairly thick stem, but it's a woody stem. So I think I will put a little bit of water on just a smidge on there. And I'm going to spray. Oh, that's not working. Green. Let's see. Green on there. Just a bit of water. Just a light mist. Put that on. Now I probably won't need all of these papers because it's a little thicker because of the stem. So I'm just putting one on top. Let's get rid of these. This is when you can have a huge mess if you don't clean up a little bit as you go. Okay. Let's put her in and see what we get. Not bad. Oh, nice one. So when you put the ink on, it just lightly goes over the veining of the leaf, and that's what gives you that beautiful look. So let's dry that and take some of this off. Okay, Tori, thanks for coming. Have a good night. Hey, Zandra, good to see you. This is a really neat way of finding different combinations of colors too. But I typically don't go any more than 3. Okay. You could take a credit card too and just scrape it. There. Yeah, you have the veining and the leaves, both sides. They're two different prints though, but you're seeing the overlap. I think it's so cool. Let's try, let's see what other stuff I have in here. Okay, I have a dandelion leaf here. Let's do a couple. And we'll do these in, let's do this saffron. Oop. Don't want to do it on top of there. So I'll do one side saffron. I'm doing the back side of this one. And then let's draw aqua. A little bit of that aqua in there. Or teal, what was it? Aquamarine. And set that in like that. Overlap. Like that. And maybe let's stick one of these delphinium flowers in and see what happens. That's a delphinium. I'm going to put it face down. I think I'm going to take out the center. Just to see what we get. We'll see if we need two or not. Papers. Now this might get mushy because of the stem and the dandelion. We'll see. Now I didn't spray water on it. Yeah, see? Not bad though. So the stem is what gave you all the water because it was thick, full of water. But you get the blue from the delphinium flower. That's pretty. So there you go. So that was with no sprays. That was just ink on the leaf and the nothing on the flower. That's actual flower color. That turned out kind of cool. I got two here. Yeah. Now you can also do this with dried leaves. So if you have some pressed dry leaves, you can also use those. Here's a birch leaf. These usually give some really cool colors. So let's see what we got here. Eggplant. Maybe just go down the stems a little bit, lightly. And down the center of the stem. Maybe on the edges. Like that. And eggplant. What goes well with eggplant? Let's try saffron. A little bit of that on top. Turn it over. You could just do tips of the leaves. Just play with it until you find something that you like. I'm going to just do a little bit of this color. Do I want that? Maybe orange. Let's try orange. Just a smidge. Maybe along the doesn't have to be a lot. Could be just a touch. I can't even see where it's going. That's the cool thing about this. You don't have to leave them on this either. You could take them off. Here's my okay, I think I'm going to just leave it like that. And maybe a little bit of that. Now, this might have a little problem going through, but I'm going to try it anyways. Like that. I'm going to cut it. There. All right, let's do it. This might be cool. There's no one way of doing these. You just have to try things. Ooh, that looks pretty. Okay. There's eggplant, saffron, and monarch orange. It's a little bit of spray. Isn't that cool? These are cool. These are elderberry, black lace elderberry. So let's do these in eggplant, I guess. I'm going to do the backs. Just going to touch. And then the front, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do butterscotch a little bit, maybe just on the ends. Okay. I'm going to spray it with pink. I'm going to spray the bottom just a bit with plain water. Like this. And what else do we have here? Something lacy, maybe. Oh, here. No, I don't know. It might work. Okay, this is a yarrow leaf. So let's do that in green. They're very ferny looking, I find. I like them. So we'll put that maybe right here. Like that. And spray that with just a tad. And some of this water. Now, I don't have any oxide inks, but I think those could be really fun in doing this because you would get another effect because you're adding the water. So if you got oxide inks and you want to play like this, give that a try and let me know how they turn out. There's so many different inks out there. My inks are like, gosh, they got to be over 10 years old. So I don't mind if they're contaminated. Oh, that's why. Okay. Couldn't figure out why it was not going through. Okay, let's see what this one does. This could be interesting. A little more botanical matter. This would be more like your eco print, more watery looking. But I like it. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I love that color together. That's that eggplant. And what was it? Fern green. With a little bit of gold spray in it. That's gorgeous. See how such a huge amount of definition. It's funny how some leaves, like this elderberry, this is the backside, so you're seeing a little bit more veining in there. But I love how it kind of acts as a barrier too. Really like that. Get rid of these notifications. Drives me nuts. There. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Oh, look at the back too. So that one went right through. So both sides of the paper. That's gorgeous. So yarrow, that's a good one. Um, oh, here. This is a weed. It's actually a piece of Queen Anne's lace. So I have some Queen Anne's lace here. Is there any bugs in there? Nope. Not sure how that would work. Let's see. Haven't done one of these before. Now I know if you put the whole thing in, well, they're fun. They're kind of, um, they kind of have a dryness to them. So they might work. So I'm going to try it. Why not? This is when you experiment. Have fun. I knew these weeds would be good for something. Okay. So let's try. Let's do cobalt. Just gonna go up the stem with the cobalt. Where did I put? There it is. And cobalt and what other colors? Watermelon? Let's try that. That might be cool. So let's smush the flower in that. We'll see what happens. Don't know. We'll try. All right. This could be interesting. All right, so we'll do, let's see, go like this. And this one can go like this, I guess. And then this one I'm going to put down like that. Wait a minute. I'm going to put yellow, I think, on that back part. And I'm going to spray this like that. Spray it. And yeah, I'll just try it like that. Okay. This could be cool. Could be a disaster. We don't know. But it's fun. I'm going to try one of these because it's a little bit of a thick stem. Not much though. And it is not quite as juicy as others. So can you hear it? Ooh, this could be interesting. Hmm. Okay, I gotta dry it. Hey, Paula, good to have you here. Oh, sorry. I have to dry it. Plant matter on my page. Dry, dry. I like the colors. I like that watermelon color. It's beautiful. Might try. I don't think I have another one of that though. Try that with less watermelon, just a lighter, because it's a very intense color. So probably didn't need that much on there. Yeah, probably less water would have been better. This is how we learn. And not as much ink. So we don't need to pile on the ink. You don't have to put so much on so that you can see it. A lot of times you just need the slightest amount. Barely see it, and that'll be enough. It's still interesting. There looks like big flowers of some sort, like a peony or something. It's cool. Okay, let's brush some of this off. It does get kind of messy. I have a big garbage pail beside me. This is just cut plants and ink. Yep, just ink, a little bit of water. You can use spray inks too, like at Lindy's if you want to have your paper a little bit more colorful. Or you can wait till these are dry, and like this one here, you could put it in a coffee solution to make it a little more eco boiled look, I guess you could say. Right. Let's let's do another one of these. And I have a few. This is Cotoneaster. It's a ground cover. These are really awesome. I've done many of these before. And for some reason, they're very dry. So they don't tend to mess your page up. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use, well, here we have this one, hydrangea. Let's put this one back. See how they're very veiny, sticks out, but the other side doesn't. So just even a couple swipes is all you need. And then let's do this cobalt. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then the cobalt in these. I'm just going to run it across, so wherever it comes out is the way it is. Same with this one. Okay, where did I put the lid? Oh. And then I think I'm gonna do saffron on the back. That. And I have, well, we'll see how much we can put in here. I'm just going to give it a little spray there. We'll put this one down like this. And this one like this, I guess. And then this one up here. And I'm going to spray it with pink. That down. Paper. That's pretty. Very pretty. So what you can do also is put these in and photocopy them. What might you suggest as an alternative using the Sizzix machine? Could I try using a rolling pin, perhaps? Yeah, I have used a rolling pin. I have a really heavy rolling pin. It's one of those marble ones. So you'd have to put a fair amount of pressure on it. That's the only thing. Or if you have, those spaghetti machines. Which you can, or those machines you roll your, was it Filmo or Philo or something in it? The plasticine type of stuff. You could use that. I've seen people use an iron, a steam iron also. But if you can get something that is fairly heavy, like a fairly large marble, something really heavy. So I have done that, and I might have to roll over it a few times, but yeah, it works. Okay, just a couple more, see what we get. Got any color combinations you want me to do? Let's see what else I got. Oh yeah, I thought this might be kind of cool. This is a bug-eaten hollyhock leaf. I thought that might be kind of cool. So, let's see. Maybe a little bit of wild plum. Now I can't do a whole lot of like rubbing because it's just gonna lift. But I could use spray. And then this side, let's put plum and let's do this. See what happens. Always experimenting. Just going to put a little bit of water on my page. It's kind of very lacy. I guess let's put some of this on. This might be interesting. Yes, I have a marble rolling pin and and an iron. Yep, no problem. Let me know how it turns out. The iron. I have seen people do it, but I haven't done it myself. Oh, there's two. Yeah, so it's amazing what nature can do. Everything has its own beauty. Just have to keep an open mind. This one's kind of gooey. Okay, I'm gonna dry it. So noise pollution. Oh, do you? You dry it with the iron. Yeah, I've seen where people pile them in between papers and then two tiles and then put them in the microwave. I'll have to catch the rest later. I'm so excited to see this process. Have a fantastic dinner and thanks for coming. Hope to see you again. So anything that's got a lot of ridges on it, but it's not really full of water, is primed to do this. You just have to look around. Tree leaves are usually no problem. Um, it's just more or less the flower leaves sometimes you have a problem with. Like I said, know your plant. You don't want to be picking something that could be toxic if you squish it. Or even dry it. Oh, that looks cool. Very light. Let's do a few more. This one's pretty. I like, this is part of the Queen Anne's lace, but for some reason it turned this color. Never seen that before. It might even just end up being a pretty color on its own. I don't know. But I'm gonna just put a little bit on. Let's see what else we got. Caramel. Denim. Let's try denim on the back. And maybe a little of the watermelon. Why not? I can just touch it. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but we'll see. And what else can we put with that? A little bit of a bigger leaf, maybe. Yeah, I got some more. This here, you could just take some of the leaves. Don't have to use them all. Like, yeah. So let's do these in this olive color. And some of this earth tone slate. A little bit. And a smidgen of that on it. Okay. And I'm gonna put a little bit of water on my page. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom part. And then I'm gonna throw this on this part. Possibly like that. And just a bit of water on the fern. Plate. How we do metallic inks. Oh. How well do metallic inks come out? Oh, they've turned out good too. I've used them. Gives it a beautiful shimmer. Sometimes, depending on the leaf, it'll just be on the veining part, the edges, for some reason. It's interesting. You just have to play. That's interesting. Well, that's pretty. Okay, so the color didn't come off the leaf, but it did cause the resist. So that's pretty. I like that. I like that slate gray. Isn't that pretty? So like I said, you can always put more color on the page if you want it more like the coffee background type of thing. Let's see. I'll try see if I can find a spray that'll work for me. We'll try the metallics for you. Okay. Let's see. See now what I want here. Do some of these. So I don't have a whole lot of metallics, but we'll see what we can find here that work. This one's Moon Shadow Mist. Let's see. First I want to let's put butterscotch. Just going to run it through like that. Butterscotch and watermelon. I like that watermelon. There's just something about it. I'm just going to pat it on though because it's very strong. And then let's see if it works. Oh, it does. Yay! Okay, I'm just going to spray the plant with this Moon Shadow. Then don't know how it's going to turn out. Stick her down. Let it be a surprise. I like the overlapping or folds. They show up really well when you do this. So don't be scared to overlap or let things have a fold. This one might be a bit of a blob. It's not bad though. Maybe a little bit too much spray, but okay, let's dry it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show where the sparkle is though. This camera doesn't really pick it up all that well. It does show up though, very, very lightly, like I said, on the veining. See if I can find another type of spray. It's pretty. Yeah, there's a little bit. I don't know if you can see right in here. Can you see it? It's just ever so slight. So you can use your Lindy's glitters or starburst, whatever they're called. They will show. Well, let's do, I like these. These are really cool. Let's see, what can we do? I'm going to take these off the stem though. Okay. And do I have any ferny stuff here? I like different, you know what? I'm going to try this. I have clover here. That might, because it's fairly stiff. Now the seed pods would splat open, so I'm going to take those off. But let's just do a few. Let's see what we get. We don't have to have the whole works though. Take the center bit off. Okay, and I'm going to put this in leaf green. We'll see. I don't know. And maybe I got some starburst here. Don't know if this is gonna, nope. What's this one? Winter Jasmine Gold. Let's see. And let's do this. You can place them apart from each other if you want, or you can leave it and see how they turn out. We'll go like that, I guess. And then I'm going to do this one, an eggplant. And a little bit of I think I'll do that. Close it. This might be good, it might not. I don't know. I haven't done this type of clover before. But it felt fairly dry, like woody. It's making noise though. I don't have anything squishing out the end. We'll see. Kathy, will you make a video of ways to use these? Yes, sure will. That's the thing, eh? You get doing these gel prints and this, and it gets addictive. Yeah, before you know it, you got hundreds of all kinds of these prints. But what do you do with them all? Right? That's cute. See how they overlapped and they act as a resist on the other one? That's not the best, but it's kind of cool. Okay, one more, and then I got to get going. So, I guess we'll do another one of these. And got some more yarrow here. That's always cool looking. Let's just do it like that. And eggplant. and monarch. And monarch, and let's do a little bit of this ultramarine. Stick it in there. We have a few on my table here. Let's see what happens. Maybe one more. Like that. And actually, I'm just going to put another on top. And we'll have two separate pieces of paper. And then, now I didn't put, do I want to put water or not? Yeah, I think I will. I think they're fairly dry. Let's put some of this, gold on. And then we'll see how this turns out. So what I'm going to do is I'll dry these up and take some, scan some, and I'll put them in for my members on Patreon and here on YouTube. So if you're wanting any of these, you can join. It's only $2.99 a month, and you get all the past downloads. Or there's 3 levels, so you can check to see what level is good for you. And it helps me when you support my channel. Keeps me going. This is interesting. A little messy looking, but you can smell the yarrow. Ooh. Have to dry these. Hey, Dot, you're up late. Thanks, Barb, for coming. Good to see you. This one's a little muddy looking, but it's not too bad. Cool. can still see they're neat looking. So just play. So I'll show you what we did. Different ones. What a mess. Wow. But it's always so much fun. I enjoy doing these. And you, like I said, you don't have to wait till summer or spring. You can use dried leaves for this. The only thing with that is when you put them through the embossing machine, they will crumble. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so there's these. There's that one. It's like they're all experimental. This one. Hollyhock leaf. It's all torn. This one's pretty. This one. That one. So it all depends on the colors you're using, how much water, what kind of paper. That one, very light, that one. But they're fun. I have a ton of these things, tons. So I'll show you probably in a couple weeks. We'll do a session in how to use these. And same thing as jelly prints. What do you use your jelly prints for? Could use these for the very same way. You could make this a book, you know, part of the background papers for a nature journal. Many, many ways. All right, so I will let you guys go. I hope I inspired you to go into the ditches and pick some weeds and see what you can do with them in your ink pads and sprays. So I'll let you guys go and you have a fantastic weekend. And don't forget to enjoy the journey. Bye for now.